We are in Forgotten Ridge today, and this is going to be our first commentary. It is a mid to high intense on the difficulty charts. I already beat this tower. It is the Tower of Increasing Stress by the Frederick Chopin. Before we play this tower, I'm going to give you 3 things that you should know how to do before playing this tower. 1. You should learn how to do 9 stud wraparounds before playing this tower. I seriously recommend it. 2. You should learn how to ladder flick before playing this tower. A lot of outside sections contain ladder flicking, and if you don't know how to do it, you will not beat this tower. I guarantee you that. 3. You should learn how to push a X pusher backwards to gain momentum onto the next jump. In this commentary, I will show you exactly how you're supposed to do that. So, anyways, now let's jump into the tower. So here we are in increasing stress. So let's begin the tower off by doing, first off, you walk off a stairway. You have this jump that you could skip, like the 2 stud, well 1 times 2 stud, but I'm going to show the fully legit ways on this tower. And I'll even show skips for speedrunners. Alright, remember when I said number 3 earlier? Basically you step back and wait until right before you're about to go on the platform and you'll be good. Alright. Let me see where my sensitivity this morning is a little off, and I'm probably going to struggle a little bit. There's a skip right there that you can do, which I recommend doing it. But if you want to do it the legit way, have at it and I'll show you. So right here you have, I don't recommend going backwards and jumping on that. I mean, it is just as possible to do it both ways, but I recommend doing it what I just did. Don't even try to jump on this stud, just jump on the ladder. It's much easier. So this section, hit spacebar, hit D, and hit spacebar and hit D. It's a much safer way to do that jump. Could high jump onto what I just wrapped around, but it doesn't do anything. Alright, you know how there's like platform maze? Go for the middle one and then jump on the ladder by hitting S and W. Now this, you should just be able, you don't have to ladder flick up there, because usually you'll just be able to, it'll just be able to glitch you up there. I don't really know much way to explain it. Alright, so you have to find 3 buttons on this second floor. And the first one is surrounded by kill bricks and wraparounds and self-explanatory gameplay. Yeah, the hardest one's 6 stud wraparound, but you should learn how to do 9 studs, so if you can do those, then 6 studs are going to be a piece of cake for you. Now this section right here, these spinners, you have to be mindful of them when you have to be mindful because they could knock you off, so you have to be really mindful of what you're doing. But they're actually your friends after you pass them, because you can actually jump on them. Now this section, just walk on from this platform onto here. Trust me, it'll be a lot easier because you could easily bang your head and lose all your progress. So now on to the third and final button. Now you walk on, this is pretty much a no jump section, but except it's not really a no jump section, but you as you can see, I'm hitting the spacebar and you can hardly jump anywhere until right after you get after the kill brick maze, which if you do fall in there, it's not GBJ, so don't be shaking like a person who's, what's the perfect way to say it? Don't shake like someone's out to get you, because that section's not really that scary, in my opinion. Alright, you should totally jump on the can collide, the non-transparent, right? That's what you're thinking, huh? I bet you're thinking now. Guess what, my friend? It's can collide false. So, don't do that. This is the only transparent thing in the tower You can actually, that is actually can collide true. I'm pretty sure, except for maybe a couple of skips that I'll get into later. So anyways, we're on floor 3. Now, just wait on that until, like, the spinner's, like, right around, like, either right there, like, right around, like, from here all the way to that angle. You'll be good. You can skip from here to here, but I'm showing all the ways, and I honestly feel like that can be a scary skip for some, so I recommend not really trying it unless you're trying to speedrun the tower. These ramps, just wait until your character is at the bottom of them, and then just jump. Alright, do what I did on floor 2. Alright, I'll meet you back up there. Alright, here I am back, and hopefully I do not mess this up. Just, like, hit spacebar and then hit D, and you should be fine, as long as you align yourself well on the tightrope. But you only go on for, like, a few studs, and then you have a wraparound spam. 5 studs. We got the hello sign, which is an old resemblance some of the older towers and in the early rings, which they have some of those obby walks or obbies that say certain things. Like Top Hat said no one's around to help, and another tower says Tower of Winning Everyone says heck. Alright, so now we got this type of jump. So I recommend just going out, like have your character almost go all the way out. And then just wrap around to this section and you have this long ladder. Don't worry, it's not as long as what do you call it? Tower Stress. And especially because you can do what that guy just did and just jump. Now, when you get to this, remember, when you head to this pole in the middle, I recommend you, not do what I just did there. I'll be right back. Alright, here we are back here. Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake as last time. Just, you know, it's self-explanatory jump that I messed up. So, this type of wraparound, just don't jump there, like jump a little far back because they're tilted, and if you do that you'll probably be good as long as you're good at wraparounds. So anyways, let's continue on, and on this section you should kind of treat some, like, don't go all the way up to the top again because it's just slanted, but like maybe jump from like somewhere on here and you'll probably be able to make jump. And this jump, just don't even try to go on the ramp, just jump on the one stud. You'll be good, I'm pretty sure, unless something bad happens to you. And I'm not really sure what it would be, but falling. That jump, you jump all the way down here, so yeah. Now this platform is unstable, so you want to jump in the middle of it. And you'll be good. It can collide false when on this upcoming section is the transparency. Basically, just about those jumps, just wrap around like a head hitter, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure you should know how to do those jumps if you're actually gotten this far in this tower. But just pretty much head to the side, jump, and then wrap around like it's a wrap around. Alright, these spears are a little unstable, but don't be afraid. Just jump there. And same with these jumps. Just stand in the middle and you'll be good. And if you wrap or I suck at this game. I'll be back up there. Okay, here I am back here. So don't do what I just did, just wrap around and stay in the middle of those. And obviously I'm not used to my sensitivity because, I mean, sensitivity in JTOH and Roblox just in general lately has been all wank. So yeah, let's continue on. So this tightrope, you gotta be awake and alert on this section because there are some spinners that will knock you off if you're not careful. So just wait for them to pass by and then go through the path, and then wait again here. It's like a red light, as I was not very patient there, as you can see, but don't do what I almost just did. So this jump, do a head hitter on the side, like, I'll be back up there. Alright, here we are back here, and what you have to do is you have to do a head hitter here on the side. You can't do it there because it's like forward like that, like in this direction, because it's impossible. Alright, remember number 3 again? Alright. Another thing before we continue on, there's actually a skip on this section. Can be pretty tricky to see, but there you go. Now I'm going to show you the legit way now. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the legit way on this section. You gotta wrap around there. You don't even have to really wrap around. You can just jump and land here. Then we got this tightrope. We have a couple of tightropes. Now, I'm going to give you guys a suggestion. When it's your first time playing a tower, walk on the tightrope. If you're trying to rebeat it for a speed run or something like that, then jump on the tightrope. Like, walk on the tightrope first, at first hand, then jump on it next time. After having to badge this tower. If you're trying to speed run it. Now we're on the 6th floor, which is the light blue floor. First off, before we continue on, there is a skip here. But I'm going to show you the legit way, so hold up. You jump over here if you want to do this fully legit, and then here. Then you have this bridge, but don't worry, it's not like these things actually moved in like a different. They pretty much stay in the same place, so just jump on the one studs, and I guarantee you're gonna be fine. Got some self-explanatory areas here. Whatever I'm doing on those tightropes, you know, putting my... Actually, are you actually kidding me right now? Alright, I'll meet you back up there. Alright, here we are back here, and hopefully I don't walk off like a noob. So you do that wraparound, and you have some pretty simple gameplay to understand. This section can be a little tricky to understand the timing. My suggestion is right when the platform goes right, like near the end, wrap around. And then just wait patiently. Just don't. Yeah. That can be a little scary though, so I mean, you might want to do it your own way if you want. I mean, I'm just showing you my own tricks. Remember, this is a guide. This doesn't mean that I'm not insisting that it's the required way, as I just messed up. I won't cut though, because there's only like a couple of jumps. I'm just showing you guys how I personally try to beat this tower. That doesn't mean you have to do what I have to do. So on the last one, just wrap around onto this and you'll be fine. Alright, this next section, there are 2 paths. I highly recommend you go this way. If you're good at falling platforms and having safety nets with a couple of easy wraparounds, go this way. If you want to do like really difficult wraparounds with a tightrope and even invisible platforms, go this way. I'm going this way, but I'll show you the other way in case you want to know just how difficult it is. Like I said before, I highly recommend going this way, as it's really not so hard compared to the inside section. Which I think makes sense, because if you fail on this, you're probably going to lose your entire run, so... And I honestly don't think you can clip back into this tower after you mess up on an outside section, so... If you fail, you're doomed. Alright, well... Now that I've gotten up here, I'm going to show you guys the other path. I'll meet you there. Here I am, and I'm going to give you a tip when you do this. This one stud, jump right when you get to when the one stud passes. I'll meet you back up there. Alright, here we are back here, and hopefully I don't mess up. So, as you can see, this section... I think you all see why you shouldn't do this section. And you should go the other path. I'll meet you back up there. Alright, here I am back here. And hopefully I do not mess this up. I know I didn't do it, but I think it'd be more helpful to you if you aligned your keys. Because it would give you a little extra space from the wall on headers like that. But if you don't have... I mean, this is only if you are playing on... PC. If you aren't playing on PC, well, disadvantage for mobile players. Alright, and I apologize if you take that as an insult. I do not take people who play on mobile as an insult. If you say so, then talk crap about me. Alright. Even though I'm not, my intentions are not so. So anyways, you got this tightrope. This, I mean, self-explanatory what's going on here. Everything else in this path is pretty self-explanatory. On these tasks, just stay right near the wall, hit W and D, and you should be fine. Alright, now you're on floor, I want to say you're on floor 7. Maybe floor 8. Let me look. So you have some pretty self-explanatory jumps to begin the floor. Nothing too big to say here. Now this wraparound goes on a tightrope. So you want to make sure you're aligned. The wall goes away after that wraparound, but don't worry, because after you only have that, and then the tightrope's gone. Anyways, let's continue on with it. So, yeah, we got some pretty simple jumps. Alright, on this section, there's actually a skip. Except I can't do it without messing it up. Alright, here I am back here. And I'm going to try to actually show you how to do this. So, this skip, there are 2 head hitters. I'm going to try to align. And then do that. And then jump on there. But I'm going to show you the legit way in a couple minutes. I got to go do something. So if you're wondering why the timer above is like a few minutes off, that's because like a lot minutes like ahead. That's because I'm doing something right now personally. Alright, here we are back here. So here's the legit way. You wrap around onto that onto this tightrope. Then you have another wraparound. Oh, by the way, you can skip this also. I'm gonna show you. Alright. And then if you want to skip it, you can just go from over there. Alright. I gotta make sure that... Alright. Now the normal way goes this way. After this, you go into the dropper section. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yep. Alright. So you go on this tightrope. Then you fall into this dropper. And you're on floor 3. That's where this dropper takes you down to. But there's a safety net. Good thing for you if you bought healing items and things like the helicopter power. You're probably not going to die here unless they glitch. Because one of my friends played mean tasks and they got glitched. Their items glitched and they died. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are watching this and saying, don't even bring that tower up. Yeah, I don't blame you. That tower doesn't seem that fun. This, on this tightrope, you should be aware that there's a platform right here, so you could run into it and end up falling. But, I mean, you're not in a lot of trouble if you fall because there's a safety net. Alright, don't trust the transparency. Now this thing tilts, so you want to be a little careful. You can see it tilts. Then you go up the stairwell, and then you go on this X trampoline. And you can see floor 1 again, and even the lobby here. And some of the steeples. Now you've gotten probably to the hardest part of this floor. These wraparounds are pretty tricky. And this one's the worst, not worst, the trickiest of them all. Yeah. Now, you want to treat this next jump like a head hitter because, yeah. And you don't want to jump, like, right there because you could easily fall off there. I've had that happen to me a couple times. So just jump on the second one and you'll be good. Then you have this one stud stick out. I'm gonna turn, let me look at my volume right now. I think it's alright. Welcome to hell. This outside section. Remember when I said you should learn ladder flicks before doing this tower? And hard wraparounds? Well, this is what I was meaning to talk about. This floor is the most nerve-wracking thing in this tower. Trust me on that. And remember I said you need to get good at ladder flicks? This is why. And don't blame me if I fall here. I'm not really that great at ladder flicks either. But I did it, so that's a good thing. This wraparound's a little hellish. This right here. A lot of people, I'm going to turn this music off because this section is really confusing to a lot of people. So, if you actually try to ladder flick this, in my opinion, this tower is RNG. But if you hit shift lock, hit A and spacebar, you should be able to do it consistently. Do that. I promise you, you're going to get a much better result out of doing what I just did than ever, flicking. Like, this section has thin studs, be careful. Go all the way to the wall and you should be fine. Have shift lock on and hit A. A. Don't worry, this wraparound's not so tricky. Don't jump on here because you could get flung, because if you look at my steps, let me see. You can see that it's hard to see really, but you can see that it feels like a ladder when you're walking. So if you jump on it, you're probably gonna get flung like as if you do on a ladder. You just saw that, right? And that too. I recommend just walking here. Alright. Make sure you have shift lock on before you head here because you're gonna need it. Alright, this section, don't really go into it, like, so hard initially, like, because, like, it could end up badly for you. And when you actually finally get here, align yourself to this point. And then after this is probably one of the scariest jumps to this tower. Just kind of like push the axe pusher all the way to the platform that you need to push it to. And then right when you need to, just jump. You just need to time that good. And don't like go frantic on it. Just make sure you're taking it slow before jumping here. Cause yeah, it's pretty scary. And so is this wraparound. Holy hell. But if you go to the far edge of it, like if you treat that like a 10 stud wraparound, you'll be fine. So, yeah, let's continue on. After you do this, you jump down here. It's a huge downslope. Now this section is this is the last scary jump in the outside section. Like the very last, like very scary one. Just wrap around and hit the one stud and then just walk in here. This jump's kind of scary too. Jump from like this way, don't jump from this way because you could fall. The rest of this floor is pretty self-explanatory. Alright, you're on the final floor now. And this floor isn't as hard as, scary as the last floor, but it definitely has some pretty tricky jumps. But this floor definitely you're gonna need your health items because otherwise you are gonna be waiting for a while. So let's dive into this. Have a couple of wraparounds there and then, okay. These one studs don't go against the wall, so be cautious about thinking about that. And then, this is the perfect spot to heal up if you need to, because, yeah. You don't even need to jump on that tightrope, just jump all the way past it. That jump is pretty scary. Just treat that jump, take that jump seriously. You have a couple of tight ropes here and some one studs. You could go on that one stud, but I recommend going on this one. If you want to, then go for it, but I personally, what's the perfect way to say it? I guess if you go on that stud, then kudos to you, but I prefer doing it the way I just did. And I just ladder flicked myself. Not ladder flicked, I glitch wrapped when I didn't want it to. Alright, well, that sucks. I'm gonna turn up the volume because I'm gonna have a long way back up there. Alright. I'll meet you back up there.
Then go through the hole, jump on here. And you have a couple more rounds. You need to actually hit this button. And unfortunately it makes this jump harder, but there's nothing much else you could really do, so after you do that, just be careful on the tightrope. Seriously, don't fall on the final floor. Just don't. This is not good for your mental health. And I mean, there's the outside section at the end of this tower is really confusing, and I'll get to that in a minute. So just simply do some one-stud stick outs. It's not that hard. I don't recommend going on that one stud. Just go on the spears for your sake. Alright. I'm not sure if the insides actually can collide true, but I don't trust it. If it is, I'll correct you and correct the description. Okay, this wraparound. This wraparound. Jump on this, and then just heal up. You're almost done. You're almost done here. You're almost completely done here. Trust me. Just alright, then you go on this jump. You're on the outside section. Just make sure you don't fall here. Alright. And then you got this tightrope, so be careful. Like I am. Unless you're speedrunning the tower. Like I said, I recommend you walk on tightropes unless you're speedrunning the tower. I'm always going to say that in my commentaries. If you're gonna... Alright. So anyways, then you have that jump. And then make sure you have shift lock on when you get to this, because, yeah. And then that's a long wraparound. Just get to the far edge, and you'll be fine. And then you wait for this thing to take you up to this wraparound. That has a... Alright, that has a patched possible cheese. Alright, jump on the frame now. Which is kind of weird, but jump on it. Alright. Okay, guys. Remember when I said that you have to learn 9-stud wraparounds before doing this tower? Here you go. There you go. That's a 9-stud wraparound, and after you do that, you win! So, congratulations on beating this tower if you have. So, thanks for watching this video. Please like if you like the commentary. And if you want me to do a specific commentary, put it down below in the description, and I will be glad to do it. By the way, I will tell you, I'll make a list of towers in the description of what I've completed and what I've not. And I'll do some that I've completed next. So, thanks for watching this video. Peace, everybody, from GOAT!